All right, welcome everybody to Team Call tonight. We are so excited to have a couple special guests. They are everyone's upline here for BU. So we have Tiffany Wilson and Phallin Reeb. They are Diamond ambassadors. Been 8 years for Tiffany with Plexus, and going on 10 years in July for Phallin. So she's almost hitting her 10-year anniversary, which is exciting. And they've been Diamond for 5 and 7 years, I believe, correct? So I think that is correct. So you guys, we have tons of wisdom that we're going to hear from them tonight. So excited that they're taking time to just pour into our team and just to hear from them. And they have, lots of wisdom, huge belief. You guys, if you've heard me talk, I say it all the time, but when I started, they're the reason I was able to even think just a little bit bigger than what I was thinking. And thank goodness for that. So their belief is contagious, and we are where we are at because of that initial belief that they have poured into all of us. So thankful for that, and so excited to hear from all you guys, or from both of you guys.
Thanks, Jamie. You guys, I don't know what's going on with my voice other than someone said pollen in the trees. So I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. But anyways, Tiffany and I are going to share our journeys to Diamond, and everybody's journey to wherever you're at. It looks different. Her business looks totally different from mine, and we are both wildly successful, and we both love our lives, even though our lives look totally different too. So we just want you guys to know that you can have whatever you want, whatever your goals are, whether your goal is Ruby, whether your goal is Emerald, whether your goal is to be a 5-star diamond. I've had people tell me that's great that you make $70,000 a month, but I don't want that. Okay, you don't have to have it, but that just shows that the possibilities are absolutely endless, and you can take this as far as you want to go. So some people, when they start, they know that they want to be a diamond right away. Tiff, what about you? Did you think you were going to be a diamond the day you joined?
So I need to make 70,000, y'all, because I have to support all my dogs. So I'm gonna need my journey to look like Phallin's now, because she gave me 2 dogs. So I would say, for me, it's probably like a 2-part answer, which I think we'll go into when we talk about doubts. But I'll say that I knew I was going to be Diamond because Phallin had poured so much belief into me. She wasn't even hitting gold at the time, but she knew where she was going. And I was so excited for that I then poured that belief into Jamie, and we poured that belief all into each other. And we all just knew right away that we were going straight to the top. We didn't know how or when, but we knew that we were going to be there. So yeah, I would say that's probably part 1 when we started.
Yeah. I thought for sure that I was going to be diamond, but I didn't realize it was going to take as long as it did. So when I was stuck at gold for 2 years and I thought I'd go diamond in 9 months, I was kind of like, what's going on? But after that, and after I adjusted to that, I was just like, okay, I don't care how long it takes me. I know that I'm going to be a diamond. And I think it's really important that if your goal is Ruby, great, set your goal for Ruby. You'll probably go past that and you'll be really shocked. But if your goal is diamond, don't stop at Emerald. Like, why have that in your mind as Emerald? Okay, I'm going to go for Emerald, but I want to be diamonds. When we hit Emerald, we didn't even stop or pause or think other than be like, yay, we're Emerald, let's get to Sapphire so we can get to Diamond and beyond that. Even more important than going Diamond, we had goals to have lots of level 1 jewels to build with, and we wanted 6 level 1 diamonds, and we're still working towards that. That is still our goal. We're still working every day for that to happen.
Yeah, we definitely had those big dreams from day one, the big belief vision on why settle for another rank when you can say, hey, I'm going diamond. And, you know, we've seen people go diamond in months to a year to taking, I think we've heard stories at Emerald Extravaganza where it was 8 years, you know? So I remember, you know, we would hit ruby and we were like, okay, what's next? Emerald. Okay, what's next? You know, so it was always going for diamond.
So I know all of us, everybody has doubts along the way in their journey, voices in our head, whether it comes from outside sources or from ourselves, saying, you can't do this. What things did you have to overcome? I remember thinking when Tiffany, she wasn't even gold yet. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's going to quit. She had some hard stuff in her life.
Yeah, well, and some of our other questions, I'm going to talk a bit towards our other questions about that. But, you know, part 2 of that question was, you know, I saw myself at diamond, but there were so many voices in my head because I remember just starting out and having hit gold. And I remember telling Phallin, 4,500 points. How will I ever get there? I'm sure some of y'all can think and like, yes, but you know, it seems like a lot, and it can be maybe overwhelming, but it's truly one goal at a time. And that's what we said, one goal at a time, one thing at a time, you know, don't focus on that, focus on where you're going next. But you know, what happened then was, of course, the mental roadblocks came. You know, I got to sapphire in a year, but then fear crept in and I was, what if I hit diamond, the very top? Am I good enough? Will I be enough? Do I deserve this? Like all thoughts of the enemy, right? That's all the things that were going through my mind that were like paralyzing me. It was fear of success. And you know, I truly believe that I didn't have what it would take to be at that level. I didn't want to let anyone down, you know, and my belief just started to diminish. And, you know, I thought, what would my friends think? Would I be judged? Was it too much money? And, you know, maybe some of y'all can relate tonight. You know, you have a fear of being pushy or being judged, rejection, maybe a fear of leadership, failure, incompetence, success, comparison, disappointing family and friends, you know, not being worthy of it. Mine was that success and worthiness. And I was my own roadblock on my personal development journey. You know, I thought stumbling into a massive paycheck, it took me back to, well, what are people going to think, you know? And so there I had staying stuck, you know, it had become a habit really. And as uncomfortable and as frustrating as it was more comfortable than facing fears, taking action and growing. But listen, y'all, Jim Rohn said that the average, I wrote down here. Okay. The average people look for ways of getting away with it, but successful people look for ways of getting on with it. And so being successful and hitting that next goal doesn't have to mean that you have to change who you are, give up what you love, you know, leave a job you might miss or anything else. It just means that you can truly be more, give more, love more, see more, live more, hear more, talk more, do more. You can become more, okay? So don't settle for average when you deserve and desire more. Dream with your family, because on the other side of fear is success and freedom. And once I was able to really break through that fear and believe that I was, you know, just as worthy, because I have a father who ultimately loves me more than I can fathom. And so I believe, hey, I can do this. I could be diamond. And 3 years to that day, I hit sapphire, I hit diamond, and I had, you know, beautiful team of gals come with me. And so, and I wanted to mention too, a book that was really good for that was The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. So that's what I have to say about doubts, Val.
So the way you overcame that limiting belief of yourself was to change your mindset, to shift it to, I am worthy, or I can do this. So it's a mindset thing, right?
Mindset. Yeah, it was absolutely mindset and shifting that belief. And I don't think I'd mentioned it yet, but the business really is, it's like 90% mindset and like 10% skill set. Like, And so your mindset never is everything. And that's why we talk so much about personal growth in this business, because your mind is what's holding you back from so much in your life.
Yeah, if you're ever stuck in your business, it is usually your mindset and something that you need to switch with that. So for me, I had no problem believing in myself. I just knew that I was as good as anybody else. And if that person could do it, then I could do it. So my issue was time. I had 5 kids. I was pretty much a single mom the entire duration of my business, and I homeschooled them. I cooked everything myself. We didn't go out to eat. I had no help, no babysitters, no money for a babysitter, nothing. And so for me, it was, I had too many kids. Like, I just don't have time to do this. So the way that I overcame just that mindset that was holding me back was I had to learn how to manage my time. I had to learn how to be productive and to keep my priorities in order, to maybe every dinner I would make enough for 2 meals. So how to cut my time in the kitchen in half, or how to make my kids sit still or be quiet while I was doing a call in the middle of the day. I had to record something today and I was like, I don't know how I used to do this, but y'all gonna go sit out in the van with daddy because I can't seem to coordinate all of this today. But I was very intentional, and I know how I did it. And it was, I had no other option. I had to line all the kids up with their books while I cooked dinner, because there was no other way to get it done. And if I wanted to be successful, I was going to have to make it happen no matter what. And I wasn't going to let anything stop me. So the other thing was, I just didn't know a lot of people. I didn't have a lot of close friends. I didn't even have a vehicle to leave my house. My husband took the van to work, and I was home all day with the kids. And so didn't know a lot of people. And so I decided to learn a skill set with that too. I had to learn how to meet people online. And so I would watch any YouTube video I could to meeting people online in Facebook groups, how to work on attraction marketing, to bring people to me. So if there's something that you are stuck with in your business, we're going to talk about that here in a second, but I would say go and learn that skill set and do something every day that scares you. So if you feel like you're not making the progress that you want, you need to look at your business. What is it that successful diamonds are doing that you're not doing because you think, oh, I can get by without doing that. Oh, I don't have to do 3-way chats or calls or in-person events, or I don't need to cold message people, or I don't need to join that Facebook group. What things are you telling yourself that you don't need to do that other people who are successful, who have what you want, are telling you to do? Is it read a leadership book? Is it make a YouTube channel? Is it lead some calls? If you will commit every day to doing something that scares you, that's how you're going to grow. Because if you're in your comfort zone, you're not going to grow. You're just going to stay there. You have to do something above and beyond that. And it doesn't have to be something huge. You don't have to go speak at a convention or anything like that. If something small scares you, just do whatever that is. So if you're stuck in your business, I hate that word, but if you're not moving or going where you want to go, that would be my biggest tip for you. What do you have, Tiff?
Mm-hmm. What about skill set or growing your business? Which one were we talking about?
Whichever one you want. What would your tip be to someone new who's just getting started, or someone who isn't where they want to be?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Definitely keep going. And this is where I was going to talk more, but keep going, y'all, through all the times. Again, the business, 90% mindset, 10% how to. So you only need to be in consistent, disciplined, purposeful action. Okay. Always. But it doesn't mean that when something goes wrong or life happens that you can't take a moment to pause. But y'all, it doesn't mean to stop and give up, okay? So don't make excuses for your excuses, because small actions done daily, like Phallin was just talking about, they compound into big successes over time. And, going back on my journey, if you don't know, I am so passionate about speaking on this because I vividly remember so many excuses before and during my business even began. I was a busy mom. Phallin said I was a military wife of currently 15 years. I was already doing another successful, not as successful as Plexus, eBay business, but I was busy. I was really busy. But I started, and then 2 months into my business, I lost my best friend and my stepsister to breast cancer. And y'all, I let that moment and her purpose truly fuel my passion. Okay. But these are times when I could have stopped at the beginning with almost nothing to lose 2 months into my business. And then, y'all, I kept going. And a year and a half later into my business, my 8-month-old son was diagnosed with lung cancer. And this was in 2017. And there's no words. It was so crushing, like the weight of 1,000 ocean waves pounding upon your chest, taking away breath after breath. Like literally, you can't even describe it. It was in 2017. I was between Sapphire and Diamond, and it was a period of massive struggle, comparison, and regrowth for me. And I'm telling y'all, it was hard. It is hard. Still makes me cry. But I could make excuses because it's a pretty good one. And I could have let those thoughts and that mindset hold me back in that moment, because this business is 100% up to me. Or I could show up, I could hold myself accountable, and I could overcome. And, for a hot minute, I let my fear and excuses start to take root in my mind, and I contemplated quitting at Sapphire. But y'all, then this is what the key was, going back to how important mindset is in your business, y'all. I remembered Angie, my stepsister. I remembered my family, my son. I remembered the thousands of lives that our team was changing. I remembered God's promises. And I sprung into action truly, because you know what? I was able to be with my baby boy, y'all, because of this opportunity, because of that time freedom, because of these products. And we had a community of support because of Plexus. So I turned a season into passion once again. And I could continue on with all the reasons and excuses for not succeeding in my business, friends. But listen, I want you to see that success through trial, it does happen. I promise you it happens. I have been to the lowest of low pits of hell, okay? And triumph is even bigger and more rewarding on the other side. And your impact, you are making a difference. I need a minute. Getting preachy here.
No, you might have all the minutes if my voice doesn't start working right here. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think this opportunity is so huge. And like Tiffany was saying, she was able to enjoy the benefits of her residual income when she needed it. And she was able to work on the go. I remember her working when she was in the hospital with her son. And if she was having a really bad day, she was able to cry, and she was able to do what she needed to, because she worked hard before she even knew that she needed this opportunity for a low time in her life. And I didn't expect the same thing to happen to me, different circumstances, but the same thing. And the residual income is truly, it's what you guys are here for. I understand that so much of this business is front loaded. It is not, hey, I'm signing up for Plexus, I'm going to go work and make $15 an hour. If I work this many hours, here's my paycheck. That's not how it is. It's so front loaded. I put in so many hours at the beginning of my business. I don't have to put those hours in now. I can if I want to, and I do. And Jamie and I will be working on trainings and doing all this stuff. And we're working 8 hours a day, but that's not every day. And it's because we want to. If you guys work hard now, you will see the reward. You'll find that residual income, focusing on helping as many people as you can find what they want in this business. And it is so worth it. I remember Brittany Howard, she's Diamond now, but she would always ask me, Phallin, is it worth it? Is it worth it? I think I hit Diamond like 3 years before. A lot of my girls did. And I was like, yes, I promise you it's worth it. So when she hit diamond, that was the first thing I asked her. I was like, so girl, do you think it was worth it? And she cried. She said, yes, it was 100% worth it. And every single day I get to hear that she's thankful and she's glad she pushed through the hard times, because it is not always easy. We are diamonds because we got the most rejection. We heard no more than anybody in the company. The diamonds have heard no, and we learned, that didn't feel comfortable, but they don't know what they're saying no to, on to the next person, or they will come around. I remember telling Tiffany, girl, they will come around. I promise you, they will be back. I know they quit. I know they're doing something. They will be back. If you continue posting and you continue talking to these people, they will come back. And I think I wanted to ask Tiffany, like, what do you feel like people's biggest hurdle is to being successful in this business? And I would say people want so much, but their feet are not matching their mouths. I hear, I want to be diamond. I want to be diamond. Of course you do. Who doesn't want this time freedom? Who doesn't want this
I love it.
paycheck? Who doesn't want the things that we have, this community, all of the things that make up a diamond, and the ability to freely give, the ability to invest in your family, to live the life that you want, work your own hours. Who doesn't want that? But are your feet willing to match your mouth? Are you willing to go through the hard times and to keep doing it while it's hard? When it's easy, that doesn't count. We did not get here because we showed up when it was easy. We got here because we showed up when our voices were missing, or our kids were crazy, or Jamie, her husband's gone, or Tiffany, her husband's deployed. We are here because we kept showing up and doing all of the things, and not working our businesses only when it was easy, but when it was hard, we didn't slow down. We were 100% consistent, straight to the top.
Yes, I love it. I'm like, yeah, literally the exact same notes I had wrote down. So I'm so excited we're thinking the same. I'm like, yes, I've learned so much in these 8 years. But it goes back to complicating the work, is how I put it. You know, Tony Robbins had a quote that said, it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. So decide to do it. And you know, you've probably heard it before, but nothing worthwhile comes easy. And if it's easy, it's sleazy. So, you know, the work you're doing today is preparing you for the breakthrough in belief and leadership development tomorrow. Okay. So there's going to be a tipping point. Duplication will kick in, momentum, growth. You're going to see the seasons shift. There's seasons in your business, but you have to keep growing. And another quote I had wrote down was by William Pollard: the arrogance of success is to think that what you did yesterday will be sufficient for tomorrow, which again is something that Phallin had preached on a little earlier. You know, what you did today, it's not enough for tomorrow. You have to keep growing, keep inspiring, keep shifting your business. So yeah, I had same exact thoughts, Phallin. So I love it.
That's so funny. We did not compare
No.
notes. So I love that. It's just so true. And, you know, the reason we need to be sharing Plexus with everybody is because, for one, more people go to bed at night worried about their money than anything else. And I can tell you right now, ever since I started Plexus, and especially right now, I am so thankful to God that we have money for groceries, and I'm not limited by what groceries I have to buy. And it's expensive feeding people right now, especially 7 kids. And I had no idea that was going to be, it's so much money, you guys. I look and I'm like, if I wasn't doing Plexus, I don't know how I would be able to afford this. Like, I kid you not. So people go to bed worried about that. We didn't have money when I started Plexus to even put gas in the van for my husband to get to work. We had literally bought a bicycle for him to ride, because we just kept having more kids and more expenses, and things just kept getting more and more expensive. And so to not have to worry about that when I go to sleep at night, I haven't checked the bank account, and I don't even know how long? And my husband asked, how do you not know how much money you have in the bank account? I feel so free not having to look, not having to worry. I had, we just had a lot of expenses a couple years ago, and to be able to drop $50,000, no problem, on medical bills, because we don't have insurance. I mean, that's a pretty thing to not have to worry about something like that. And another reason, obviously we need to share Plexus, is you have no idea how people are struggling. So when I met Tiffany, I did not know what was going on. I gave her a sample of the pink drink because I had committed to sharing Plexus with everybody I met. And I was so glad she could talk my ears off in her driveway for 2 hours to build up the courage to be able to share Plexus with this total stranger from Craigslist that I was buying a stroller from. She said her mom had migraines, and I was like, okay, perfect. Thank you, Lord. I finally have it in. I've been waiting for this. And I was so nervous, and she was nervous to drink it too, but she'll share a little bit in a second here real quick, but I didn't know that she was on 13 prescription medications, and that she was on some horrible medications that are really bad for you. Go ahead, girl.
Yes. Yep. Phallin had so many memories, but I was on about 13 prescription meds for everything from UTIs, migraines, allergies, oh my goodness, sinus infection stuff, anxiety. I mean, you name it, I was on narcotics. She had no idea any of this. I mean, I didn't look sick, didn't look unhealthy, but I was so medicated and I was on bad stuff that you should not be on. And I just remember, y'all listen, I was the one that was terrified to drink that pink drink, okay? It took my husband and I sat it in the refrigerator and drank it over a period of 2 days. I am not even kidding you. And when we did not die, I thought I should buy some of this. Great memories, but, and the products were a blessing, the products in the business, and just starting to share naturally after that. And my health side of the story, I got off every single one of those prescription medications. I did go through, I have a detox story to go along with that. I stuck it out through detox. I had almost quit. I stayed on the products, got off everything, and I haven't gone back on a single prescription med in well over eight years now. So you need to definitely share Plexus with everyone. And truly, I found through this business that the people that need the products the most are the ones that don't speak up or say. They're waiting for you to open that door of opportunity to them for the finances and the products.
Did you have anything else that you wanted to say on any of this at all?
I was looking at some of the notes here. Are we trying to wrap it up, or are you just saying about this?
Oh, I'm trying to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
But I know
okay,
you got things to say.
I didn't give y'all all my notes, okay? But I was just gonna, I can close it out by just saying that, we were talking about why would someone give Plexus their all right now? And I would say that when I opened my 1099 this year from Plexus, y'all, it was my biggest W-2. So business is growing, and that's not just for me. I've heard that from so many of our team, and it has grown over 1,681% since my first W-2 in 2015, okay? So I want you to know that having that belief, there's no right or wrong time in Plexus. The only time is when you begin, truly. And Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So, get out there, get out of your comfort zone. Phallin talked about that. Great things don't happen there. Share boldly, share confidently. We are offering hope, health, happiness to everybody, and we get to do this, y'all. It's not just for me. It's not just for Phal. It's not just for Jamie or all your other friends. It's for you too, okay? Friends, you can get enough and everything in life you want if you help others get what they want. And that is so rich and so much value in that we get to do that. And that's what creates true opportunity and freedom.
It's so funny. Every time I pour a pink drink or pour a hydrate or my greens, or I'm literally like, I get paid to drink this stuff. Like, this is seriously too good to be true. And then we go to convention and just the relationships, just the whole community and everything that we have in Plexus. It's seriously like, is this really my job? I have to remind my husband, like, I know it's fun, but this is my job. I'm paying all these bills here, making all this money, and this is my work. And I love it to be able to wake up every single day and love your job. Tiffany, she called me earlier this week. She's like, I signed someone up and they're this and they're that, and telling me all about them. And we've been doing this together for 8+ years, and we're still excited every single day. So this, like Tiffany said, it's available for all of you. And I think I was talking to Jamie. I was like, why do we not have more diamonds? Like, everybody can do this. And you just have to believe. You just have to know and trust the process. And there's one thing different than when we started. You guys have too much information. We had none of that. Stop with all of the information. Just, I would hear people listening to personal growth stuff for 4 hours. I'm like, dude, I am all about personal growth. Totally changed my business, but you don't need 4 hours of that stuff a day. Like, that's enough. 30 minutes to an hour, that is more than enough. You need to take the information you have. Stop getting stuck in your head and getting even more stuck. The more personal growth you have, the more you need to have to help the problems you just realized you didn't even realize that you had. Get out there and do the work, and the rest will follow. We have people on the team. My sister signed up someone who they barely speak English, and my sister doesn't speak French, and they don't have the information we have. They're going fast start everything. It's senior Ruby. They're going to be Emerald in less than a year because they don't have all of this information slowing them down. They're just sharing these products, sharing this business opportunity. Hey, you can make money from Facebook. Here you go. Bam, done. Sign up everybody I know, because these products are changing my life. So
Yeah.
That's all you guys got to do. Truly.
That's good.
And that's it, because my voice is done.
Thank you guys. You are amazing. We appreciate you so much. You guys, that's the belief right there. It's not just like what happened in the past, it's now. And I hope you got that message loud and clear from them. It is now. It is for you. And I cannot wait to see all the diamonds coming out of this team even more. And, it's that passion that you grab right now, that belief of where you're going, and you use that to fuel you every day, to treat this like a business, to fuel you in the highs when it's easy, but to fuel it for yourself in the lows when it's hard too. And you just do it the whole time and be consistent in that. And we are going to see all kinds of diamonds growing out of this team. So thank you, Phallin. Thank you, Tiffany. Love you guys. Love your belief and your grit and your inspiring words and all the things. So thanks for pouring into us.
Yeah, so welcome. Good night, y'all.
Bye.